All right, guys, here we go. We're going to work on slope-intercept intro here on Khan Academy. I do think that this is one of those skills that I think you're going to pick up on pretty quick, but you have to understand the complete picture of kind of what's going on to really be successful here. It says complete the equation of the following of the line whose y-intercept is 0, -1, and the slope is 4. So a couple things we need to keep in mind. One is that the equation that we're looking here, like the generic equation for slope-intercept form, is y equals mx plus b. So we have y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope and b is our y-intercept. All right. So in particular, we need the slope and the y-intercept in order to make the equation. And so we end up with, let me finish writing this here. We need to get the slope and the y-intercept, right? Well, we're given here the slope. The slope is given to us right there as 4. So we know that it's going to be y equals, and the only thing that gets replaced from working from a generic equation to the equation of a specific line, the only thing that really gets replaced is the m and the b. Everything else works in its place. So y equals, and the slope would be 4x. Now all we need is the plus b, or it could be minus b. We just call it plus b. All right, could be positive, could be negative. The other thing I want to kind of talk about with this piece before we get to the y-intercept is, what is the y-intercept? The y-intercept is a graphical concept more than it is a numbers or algebra concept. It's this line that we have. It has a slope of 4, and it's going through the point 0, -1. So the y-intercept is where does the line intersect the y-axis. So this here is the line approximately. I'm just giving a good kind of estimation of it. This point right here is on the y-axis, 0, -1. That's the location where the line intersects the y-axis. So we call the y-intercept, it's a coordinate, it's a location. Over here in the generic form of the equation, over here, I'm not really a big fan of some aspects of this because it's not just the y-intercept, it's the y value of the y-intercept. It's not the y-intercept itself that's the b value, it's the y value. So the y value of the y-intercept over here is this piece right here, right? It's the -1. So you could put in plus a -1, right? And that would be technically correct, but we would like to simplify that, right? So it's not adding a -1. Instead, especially at the level that we're at, we should be simplifying this and writing it in the most formal way possible. So it's 4x minus 1. If it's a negative y-intercept value, you just put -1. So we'll hit check, and there you go. Let's do a couple more of these, and I think you'll get kind of the idea of it. Let me get rid of these things that I drew here. I'll leave just the main part over there. Okay. What is the y-intercept of y equals 1 plus 6x? Notice over here I have it as y equals mx plus b, but really it could be y equals b plus mx. It would work the same way. It doesn't, the commutative property tells us that addition doesn't really matter. The order, 2 plus 3 is 5, 3 plus 2 is 5. It doesn't really matter the order. So this could be like, you may get tricked a little bit, but don't let it trick you. The one that's attached to the x is always your slope. So 6 is the slope. What is the y-intercept? Well, the y-intercept comes from this 1. But 1 by itself is not the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the location of this point right here. So it's 1. It's up here somewhere. It's 0, 1. It's going to be A in this case. That is the answer to this problem. All right, let me go ahead and I need to get rid of that line there. All right. Check. All right. Let's go ahead and go to the next problem. And it looks like I got another. There you go. Okay. What is the y-intercept of y equals -3x? Ooh, that's it. I like this one. This one's probably my favorite one I've seen so far. We have a slope, right? -3. It's attached to the x, but there is no y-intercept. Kind of weird, right? If there is no y-intercept, there is a y-intercept. It's the point is it's a 0. So y equals negative 3x plus 0. And remember I said earlier, like we're at a point where it looks like a t plus 0. We're at a point where we should be simplifying these things, right? We shouldn't be leaving things as plus 0 is not simplified because that's unnecessary. So what we do is we just simplify it down to y equals negative 3x. So 0 is the y value of the y-intercept. So it could be this guy here, or it could be this guy here. What does the x value have to be on the y-axis? Because we're talking about the y-intercept is 0. So it's right here. It has to be on the y-axis. It can't be a, because a would be at negative 3, 0. It would be over here somewhere, but that's definitely not on the y-axis. That's definitely not the y-intercept. It still has to be on the y-axis itself. So it is going to be C. Our answer for this one is C. And I'm going to go ahead and clear everything out for you. C. I'll do one more problem here just to stay consistent, just because I like to do 4 problems, and we'll see if we get something different. What is the slope? Slope is always attached to the variable 6. And I'll just do a couple of these real quick, actually, since we're here. Complete the equation of a line whose slope is 5, so that's y equals 5x. And the intercept is 0, 4, so that's plus 4. What is the y-intercept? It's this piece right here, so it's going to be 0, negative 1. And I'll do one last one. What is the slope? Ooh, this is actually kind of a fun one. Negative x. So I would have many students say to me, Mr. Williams, there is no slope. There's no number there. There is a number. It's negative 1, right? We as mathematicians, we don't like writing negative 1x or anything like that because we're lazy. So we convert it to negative x. But negative 1 is the equivalence of just a negative sign in front of a variable. So negative 1 is our slope. All right, I think this is pretty simple once you talk about it and you think it through. And if you need more help, let me know.